What if everything you thought you knew about British history was built on lies? For example, the Vikings charged into battle with horned helmets, terrifying their foes. Or Winston Churchill single-handedly saved Britain in 1940 with unbreakable resolve. What about the British Empire as a benevolent force spreading civilization across the globe? These facts feel as British as tea and crumpets, but they're myths, distortions that have shaped how the world sees the UK and how the UK sees itself. Today we're exposing 10 wrong historical facts you may still believe about the UK. By the end, you'll wonder, how many more truths are hiding in plain sight? Hit like and subscribe for more history that rewrites what you know. History isn't neutral. It is written by winners, romanticized by storytellers, and simplified for schoolbooks. As Oxford historian Dr. Lucy Worsley notes, British myths often serve national identity. Misinformation spreads through films, textbooks, and memes. But why does it matter? These lies distort policy, pride, and prejudice today. We'll debunk 10 persistent UK myths using archaeological digs, declassified documents, and expert reconstructions. For each, we'll reveal the popular belief, how it took root, and the real story, with vivid, what really happened stories. Ask yourself, if these facts are wrong, what else is? Let's begin with a helmet that's all horns and no history. Myth number 1, Vikings wore horned helmets. Popular belief is that savage Vikings raided Britain in horned helmets, looking like demons from hell, and it spread through Wagner's operas and Victorian illustrations, 19th century romanticism, making Vikings exotic barbarians. As British Museum curator Dr. Gareth Williams explains, no actual Viking helmet from 793 to 1066 AD has horns. It's pure fiction. The truth is that real Viking helmets were simple iron caps with nose guards for practicality, because horns would snag in battle or weigh you down. Without the myth, Vikings might be remembered as traders and settlers. They founded York and influenced English law, not just raiders. Now the question begs, if we got the helmet wrong, what else about the Dark Ages invaders is myth? Myth number 2. The Battle of Hastings happened at Hastings. In 1066, according to popular belief, the Battle of Hastings took place right at Hastings town. It became accepted through early chronicles and tourist sites claiming the spot. But as historian Mark Morris details in The Norman Conquest, the battle occurred 7 miles northwest at Senlac Hill, now Battle, East Sussex. The truth is that William the Conqueror landed at Pevensey, marched to Senlac where Harold's army held high ground. The Hastings name stuck because it was the nearest town. It makes us wonder, how many battles are misnamed, rewriting geography itself? Myth number 3. Hadrian's Wall was built to keep out the Scots. Hadrian's Wall, built in 122 AD, was a massive barrier against Scottish invaders. This was propagated by school lessons simplifying Roman frontiers. But archaeologists like Dr. Adrian Goldsworthy note it was more customs post and a symbolic statement than an impenetrable defense. The truth is that Hadrian's Wall was built after Roman withdrawal from Scotland. It controlled trade, collected taxes, and projected power. Gates allowed passage and patrols monitored movement. It was simple legionaries manning towers and merchants paying tolls, and not for some epic sieges to keep the Scots out. Anyway, thinking about it now, was the wall about defense or control? Myth number 4. Robin Hood robbed the rich to give to the poor in Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood, loyal to Richard the Lionheart, stole from Nottingham's sheriff to aid the poor. This myth was made popular by 15th century ballads and Hollywood, but historian J.C. Holt's research shows no evidence of a real Robin in King John's reign. The legend evolved from multiple outlaws. Well, early tales portray Robin as a violent yeoman robbing for himself, not charity. Giving to the poor is a Victorian addition. The robberies were brutal, not merry. Now think about it. Without the noble myth of robbing the rich to give to the poor, would Robin symbolize rebellion differently? Are our heroes always sanitized? Myth number 5. The British Empire was a force for good, spreading civilization. It is a popular belief that Britain brought railways, law, and progress to colonies benevolently. Post-World War II nostalgia and school curricula emphasize the civilizing mission. But as Shashi Tharoor argues in Inglorious Empire, it extracted wealth while causing famines. For example, in Bengal in 1943, millions died. The truth is that the British Empire was built on exploitation. From the Opium Wars to the Amritsar Massacre, slave trade profits, and so on. Railways served extraction and made profit easier, not benefiting locals. Well, without this myth, would the reparations debates be different? Myth number 6. Britain stood alone in 1940 against Nazi Germany. It is believed that Britain alone defied Hitler in 1940, thanks to Churchill's bulldog spirit. This was fueled by Churchill's memoirs in films like Darkest Hour. But as historian Andrew Roberts notes, Commonwealth troops, Canada, Australia, India, and Empire resources were crucial. U.S. Lend-Lease aided later. The alone tag ignores Polish codebreakers, Free French, and Empire forces at Dunkirk/Britain. Myth 7. The Industrial Revolution was pure progress for all Britons. The popular belief is that factories and steam engines lifted Britain into modernity for everyone, and Victorian pride and school texts celebrated innovation. But Engels and modern historians like Emma Griffin highlight horrors like child labor, slums, pollution. While the truth is workers faced 16-hour days in deadly conditions. This reduced life expectancy in cities, so also did child labor. This leads us to asking, would labor rights have emerged faster if the Industrial Revolution wasn't romanticized? Myth number 8. Stonehenge was built by Druids or giants. Ancient Druids or giants erected Stonehenge as a temple. Romantic 18th century theories by William Stukeley linked it to Druids. The truth, it was built in 3000 to 2000 BCE by Neolithic farmers using antler tools and transported via rollers. As English heritage archaeologists confirm, it was a burial/astronomical site. The question we must ask ourselves is, why do we mythologize the prehistoric? Myth number 9. Magna Carta gave rights to all Englishmen. In 1215, Magna Carta was declared, and it is believed that it granted liberties to ordinary people against tyranny. This belief is celebrated in UK lore as the foundation of democracy. But as historian David Carpenter explains, it protected barons' rights from King John. Most clauses were ignored or repealed soon after. Only later reinterpretations extended it. With that being cleared, who really benefits from foundational documents? Myth number 10. The British always had bad teeth. I used to believe too that the Brits have notoriously poor dental hygiene, and I picture them with yellow, crooked smiles. This is a stereotype from World War II, G1s, noting differences, and post-war NHS waits. But as dental historian Dr. Rachel Bairstow notes, Victorian sugar consumption caused issues in dental decay and so on. But modern UK dentistry ranks high globally. The stereotype of bad British teeth is widely considered an outdated misconception that ignores significant improvements in oral health since the inception of the NHS, as well as the positive impact of water fluoridation and the persistence of class-based health inequalities. While NHS dental care increased access for all classes, it did not uniformly erase disparities in dental health. Sometimes national jabs tend to change reality. Without the stereotype, would Anglo-American banter change? From horned helmets to empire benevolence, these 10 myths reveal how Britain's past is polished for pride or simplified for stories. As Dr. Worsley warns, unchallenged narratives shape identity and policy. What other facts about the UK or your own history need scrutiny? History isn't fixed, it's debated. question it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite myth, and share what surprised you most.